Back in April, Donald Trump was already bored with COVID-19 and desperate to reopen the country and restart the economy. Reopen and restart are both words you might see highlighted in a corporate PowerPoint presentation, along with synergy. Trump and his team of unrivaled idiots had convinced themselves that the outbreak was fading. It wasn't, and anyone with working brains, so not Ivanka and Jared, realized this. However, Trump wanted to ease up on the lockdown. In the New York Times, in doing so, he was ignoring warnings that the numbers would continue to drop only if social distancing was kept in place, rushing instead to restart the economy and tend to his battered re-election hopes. Would the president really prioritize his own personal and political interests above the security of the nation and his oath of office? Well, duh, we know he would, because the House impeached the motherfucker over just that last year. Representative Adam Schiff was kind enough to remind us last month that Trump is an existential threat to the nation whose removal couldn't wait until the upcoming election. It's worth watching again if you have a tissue handy. During the impeachment trial, I asked this rhetorical question to senators: how much damage can Donald Trump do? https://t.co/lawyer4oz. Adam Schiff, at Adam Schiff, 1,593,107,225.0. Trump takes responsibility for nothing, so part of his scheme involved pushing accountability onto the states. This was called the state authority handoff, as seen in The Sting, and Trump couldn't even manage the discipline to leave the mark states alone to take the bait. When sensible governors kept shutdown orders in place, Trump freaked out, more than usual, and tweeted nonsense about liberating Michigan, Minnesota, and Virginia. Presumably, Trump thought all governors would be dumb enough to believe everything was swell and they could lift restrictions like dummies who don't science. After all, he had drive. Deborah Burr's board-certified rubber stamp on his mad dream, drive. Burr told the Coronavirus Task Force on April 11 that the nation was in good shape. We were far from in good shape. Boston and Chicago are 2 weeks away from the peak, drive, Burr cautioned, but the numbers in Detroit and other hard-hit cities are heading down. Because of social distancing, idiots. Unfortunately, future hotspots such as Arizona and Texas opened prematurely and with wanton disregard for science. Wear a damn mask. This rolled back most of our progress. A sharp pivot soon followed, with consequences that continue to plague the country today as the virus surges anew. That's right. Dr. Burr is now Dr. Cool Guy, but it's hard to remain the unknown White House medical advisor when at least 140,200 Americans have died so far. That was not inevitable. The government released reopening guidelines but just shrugged when states ignored them. Trump also couldn't bother to ramp up testing because he thought more tests would generate more cases, because he's just that stupid. This Times article is interesting because the White House has spent the past week or so trying, and failing, to blame Dr. Anthony Fauci for our current crap fest. Now it seems like it's drive Burr's turn under the bus, and unfortunately for her, people are more inclined to believe she willingly aided and abetted Trump's bungling. Business Insider published an article this weekend with the headline: Dr. Burr told President Trump in April that the coronavirus would soon be gone and influence the administration's push to reopen the economy and lift lockdown. Ouch. Former Senator Claire McCaskill also went for the jugular, which might make Burr's scarves the latest in White House patsy defensive word. Turns out Scarf Lady is a pleaser. Not a good quality for a doctor in a crisis. https://t.co/0 Claire McCaskill, at Claire McCaskill, 1,595,161,710.0 according to Michael Shear, White House correspondent for The Times, drive. Debbie, why is he calling her Debbie? Burr was the chief evangelist for the idea that the threat from the virus was fading. She would roam the White House, passing out diagrams to bolster her case. "We've hit our peak," she would say, a message that would find its way to Trump. Trump is a big, dumb child who brags about his ability to pick a camel out of a lineup. Of course, he'd embrace any half-assed evidence that he could stop pretending to care about sick people and return to his hate rallies and workshopping the perfect mean nickname for Joe Biden. Dr. Burr handed President Bobo a super soaker filled with COVID-19 and he promptly sprayed it all over us. Mob bosses love fall guys and dolls, but while that's good for keeping them out of prison, it won't keep Trump in the White House. He's responsible for this mess. Dr. Burr can resign in disgrace. We won't shed any tears, but unless Trump joins her, our national prognosis remains grim. New York Times, Stephen Robinson on Twitter. Do your Amazon shopping through this link, because reasons. Earwonket is 100% ad-free, and entirely supported entirely by reader donations. That's you. Please click the clicky, if you're able. Let's block cats. Why?
Show your love for him. Click the link in description. Thanks for watching.